What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris, and Fort Quito is an excellent demonstration of the open-ended approach to forts and outposts that Ubisoft has taken in Far Cry 6. So, I thought I'd break down a number of approaches to getting into Fort Quito, as you only have one shot to accomplish the mission. I'll show off a bunch of methods of getting into the fort, and then two runs, one stealth and one aggressive, and give some pointers along the way. At this stage of the game, most options are limited weapons-wise, so I'm just going to use the FAL and the MS-16 for each run-through. There are quite a few methods to getting into Quito unnoticed. First off, you can literally sneak through the front entrance. Underside, as you pass a barricade, there are vines hanging down the walls that you can use to climb up the front. Or you can go around to the side entrances and start from the interior. There's a cave on the dock side that we're going to be using for our own stealth run. It's probably the most low-profile approach to the fort. You can also zipline in if you don't want to try the underside of the front entrance to reach the same vines or side entrances. The zipline's found on the west side of the fort, just near a little power generator area. Heading into the camp through the zipline side will also set you up to kill a soldier really quickly and really stealthily. Then you can also head to the rear entrance just past the small inlet of water. There's this small path leading up to the fort with two options: to either enter the interior with the ladders on either side, or you can climb up the vines, which will put you in a great spot to take down the officer and get your hands on the armory key very quickly. For the aggro run, I thought it'd be funny to parachute in, since Ryza says that you shouldn't parachute in. You can't quite parachute into the middle of the fort, but this is the next best thing. I had this weird bug where I couldn't ADS while parachuting. It tends to kick in when you're closer to the ground, I find. So I had to hip fire and hope that I'd land my shots, and this is pretty much why AP rounds are essential on the FAL though. Once you're inside the fort, you need to start taking down soldiers, take out the single alarm, and then the officer, all pretty quickly. But once you're done that, you can kind of take out the soldiers however you want. Bonus points if you use the mortar, because I totally forgot that it existed. Personally, I preferred the FAL at this stage just for a bit higher rate of fire, and I find that anything with a high rate of fire mixed with Guapo is a winning combination for loud play. But you could totally pull this off with the MS-16, you just need to make sure that you were getting your kills rather quickly.
Fuck that shit.
Once you've cleared out the camp, it's time to pick up the various chests around the fort. You can find a FND chest right by the uranium with a little bit of gunpowder in it. In the front entrance, you can find a trinket to wear on your gun. Then in the infirmary, there's some medication in a chest. And lastly, down in the cave, there's a unique weapon in the fenced off area. So, for the docks, we're going to work our way stealthily in from the bottom of the fort and kind of work our way up through the floors, trying to take out all the enemies before they notice us or just as they are noticing us, so that they can't alert the other guards to our presence and set off any alarms. So, this first guard we're coming up to is set up for a really easy takedown. We aren't going to use too many takedowns, we're going to make more use of the MS-16 throughout here, but this one's a freebie. Now that we're topside, it's all about kind of moving around stealthily and rather quickly. I chose to go out this door and kind of work my way around the open area here. So, when you come in through the cave, if you don't find the officer right down in this middle terrace area, that means that he's up in the kind of rampart upper areas of the fort here. So, when you make your way up to him, you just have to make sure that you're taking down the guard down on this bottom area, the one guard over by the far wall, and then the mortar guard that comes down on the ladder. Once you've taken out the red helmet dude, all you gotta do is go around the camp and clean up the rest of the soldiers that are sitting around, the shield soldier that's sitting off at the front, and the one soldier that we had pointed out earlier with the ziplining section.
This should get me Juan's uranium.
Once you've taken out all the guards, you just need to pick up the uranium, and then you can hop on out of there, or walk, or whatever you want to do, because they're all dead and nobody knows about it. Now, as we go off to outposts and future forts, things are gradually going to get more complicated as we have more weapons at our disposal and more venues of approaching different locations. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Maybe consider subscribing to catch that future content. But for now, I've been Tenebris. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.